back, everyone, to Owl Stretching Time, and today we learn about the lies! The filthy Earth Girl lies! Yes, today we actually reach, I believe, the midway point of this season, and the title is called...
Yesterday's Lie.
I won't lie. I actually did see a couple of screenshots from this, so I know what's going to happen in this. I believe this is the episode we finally figure out who the hell the other Luce is. We've been all wondering that, because we have had no explanation for who this person / creature is, why they are impersonating Luce, how they even got there. There are so many questions surrounding this, and I believe this is where we finally get our answer, which is, I believe, a good time to answer it, considering this is going to be the stopping point before we resume the rest of the season.
And there's also the lies between Kikimora and the Golden Guard, the lies between Belos and everybody, basically, but especially the lies between Belos and Hunter. We apparently got an Easter egg revealing that it's more than likely that Hunter is a Grimwalker. Yeah,
I did hear many theories about that. It went by so fast in the previous episode. Before we even saw Belos' face, we saw the book opened up to that whole page about Grimoires. Like I said, it was so fast. I didn't even notice till other videos started pointing it out in theirs. But I'm guessing that's the reason for Hunter's whole purpose, is that he's this created creature that is meant to be used for either, I guess, Belos making himself a new body, or to be like a sacrificial thing to get what he needs done in terms of the portal and the Day of Unity. We're not sure what exactly his purpose is, but we know for certain it's not good. It's probably going to end in his death if there's no intervention. That's definitely something to keep in mind with all of this.
Well, I think we should not waste much time. I'd say let's get to it.
Let's figure out why the fuck they lying and play.
What's the box for me, huh?
Just cleaning up a little.
Oh, you serious?
You used to love making me tinfoil swans.
Kim taught me a lot, you know?
Yes.
Ah, that's not all her stuff.
Loose, grab the pliers. There we go.
Aw.
That's the 5th trap this week.
If I ever catch who's responsible, I will pow! Let's go back inside. I'll make my noodles.
See where Luce gets it from.
A new life.
You!
Ooh. It's gonna become like a whole trapped in a mirror situation. Now I'm thinking of, what was that Jordan Peele movie we saw?
Oh, Us?
Yeah, with the doppelganger, like, stealing her life.
But a lot of the ingredients are pretty easy to find.
Huh.
Your crazy apocalypse supplies finally came in handy, Ida.
Don't forget this.
Titan blood.
So you just gotta tape a piece of the
Are
dragon
you sure
blood.
this isn't gonna, blow our faces off?
Nope.
This is very makeshift.
Whoa!
Holy crap, it worked.
Worked.
Did it? That looks real different from the old door.
That doesn't look
this
safe.
Is my one chance to see my mom. Once I make sure my mom is okay, I'll be right back.
Just be careful. The
You sure
human
about
realm's
that?
filled with some real weirdos. Don't forget to mention me!
Okay.
Ah.
That's where that scene comes from.
Can anyone hear me?
Is there different dimensions?
Am I back at the Owl House?
Uh-huh.
Whoa. I think I'm in the reflection. I wonder if I could see Amity. No. Come on, Luce, you're on a mission. Camila.
Focus.
Camila Noceda of the human realm. Ice platform. Fine then. I'll do
Figured
this.
magic wouldn't work. Ooh. That's disorienting. Huh.
It's my house. Do you need any
Dad's
help?
face reflected out.
That usually means he's
Are you done
dead.
cleaning your room?
Almost. With all that old stuff gone, I feel like a whole new person. Evil doppelganger! Mom! Listeners in 2.0. Doppelganger! Why won't you work?
You don't know who it actually
Okay,
is.
Luce. Calm down. Just breathe and count to 5. You! You're from the demon realm. Listen, I just want to go back.
I know that voice.
Yeah.
No?
See, Mama? I just saw a spoiler for Monster Slayer Academia.
I will never understand that.
You just merged 2 animes.
Whoa. She leaped out the second floor window. Uh-huh.
Why couldn't this just work out?
It's Amethyst. Let's be the universe. Ah.
Okay, you'll make it tighter. You're a demon from the Boiling Isles, aren't you?
Clearly.
What's your name?
I'm number 5. I'm V.
Okay, V. I'm gonna help free you. Back up a bit.
This is
Give the wire
experiment?
some slack. Now, look for a little metal thingamabob. Who are you, and why are you pretending to be me?
I'm just looking for a place to belong.
Hmm.
You were missing, and Camila seemed so kind, so I stayed with her.
Today, I was gonna tell my mom where I've been. But because of you, she hasn't realized I've been missing. So, keep living in my place. For now. When I get back, I can introduce her to the demon realm and help you find a place to live.
I need magic to transform, and I just use the rest of it.
Hmm.
Oh, that's where we can get some magic.
Secrets of Gravesfield?
No, that's junk. Turn it over.
Strange woman band from...
That's Ida, the owl lady.
Oh.
We'll be right back to the show. on
Somebody
Disney Channel.
watching them? I'm surprised. I would have assumed a more nefarious purpose, but she genuinely seems just to want to, live in a safe place. But it's weird. How did she even know? Oh, did you see that statue?
Yeah, I saw the statue.
I just go in and ask about that witch from the paper?
You're not friends with that witch-obsessed guy, right? I told him to stop leaving pamphlets here.
Actually, I'm asking about her.
Oh.
Oh, Marilyn? Yeah, she tried to pay for a latte with a raccoon a couple months ago. So when I called the cops,
Was that Tiger King in the background?
I threw him in the trash.
Well, he will never financially recover from anything, so...
True.
I don't smell any magic.
Oi.
Cool, talking rats.
Oh, God.
Maybe you know something.
Ugh.
Hex's Hold'em cards.
Huh.
Hida got rid of all her decks. I was wondering where they went.
Well, they must
tossed
have
him
run
in
out of
the
magic.
urinal.
I don't smell anything.
And is asking you to shed your old ways and enter a metamorphosis, becoming the spiritual leader you're meant to be.
Yeah, that sounded alright.
Death.
Oh, she's gonna embarrass herself. I can't watch.
Oh, hey Liz. Good to see you at prison.
Come on, camp wasn't that bad. Camp?
Huh.
Ooh, cards. Where do you get them?
Death.
You're running from your past, from a previous life that was not kind to you. However, the guilt and fear you carry will eventually catch you in a self-fulfilling prophecy that you won't be able to escape from.
Oi.
You're gonna need some bath bombs, girl. Anyway, I got the cards over at the Gravesfield Historical Society.
Uh-huh.
Did you see the look in her eyes? I gotta find out where she bought those contacts.
Meh.
Ooh, let me guess. You're here to buy those weird cards, right?
How did you know?
Well, they've been really popular with high schoolers. Yeah, I saw an old lady try to dump them in a river a while back. I bought them off her instead. It was really odd, though. She kept asking for snails.
This is
Meh.
it.
You want a set?
God damn it,
Yes,
Ada.
please.
He's the weirdo.
It's gotta be.
You had a mom that loved you, a home, a life. You had it good. And you still wanted to run away. I didn't have a choice. My real name is Number 5. I'm a basilisk, and technically I shouldn't exist. My kind went
Figured
extinct a
basilisk.
long time ago. But we were brought back. They wanted to know how we drained magic.
I met a basilisk once. She hurt a lot of people.
For many of us, all we knew how to do was feed. Some of us escaped, but I knew it was only a matter of time before he caught us again. That's when I saw you and realized there might be a way out of this.
Hello, fellow human. Skin's sure weird.
Very funny. But I was thinking, instead of taking the bus to camp, why don't we drive? I got the day off from work, and you'll have full control of the playlist. I didn't mean to keep playing this role, but Camila was nice to me. I resent you for running away, but I'm also thankful that you did. I don't know.
It's confusing. Where's the light?
Oh shit. Oh, he's a witch hunter. Ugh, these people. But he's been following Ada.
What is all this?
Yeah, of course he has surveillance.
Have we been followed this whole time?
Ooh.
Right back to the show.
Wow. I never thought I'd feel bad for a basilisk. I was right though. I called it. Poor V.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand why she did what she did. And it kind of makes Bruce look bad in hindsight when you think about it. But she really ran away for no reason.
Whoa, it worked?
He set all those traps.
After all this time, after setting up all those traps, I finally caught a living, breathing demon! A few years back, I had a chance encounter with another one of your kind.
Oh.
Yeah, at first I couldn't believe what I saw, but after watching a few YouTube videos, I learned the truth. Witches and demons are real. And they're all sent from Mars to harvest human teeth to power their time machine.
You were almost right.
You don't actually know anything about us, do you?
Oh, I know enough. I'll expose your vile plans on YouTube and finally get my account verified.
Please like and subscribe.
Don't worry, V. We can get out of this. Go back to the demon realm, Luz. He'd out me to Camila, and it would cause her more trouble than if you just disappeared. V, you're giving up too quick. I'm being realistic. It's okay. I'm used to living like this. Goodbye, Luz. No! V! Number 5! Camila no seda.
Oh. Oh, she actually got the stuff.
Luz? I didn't even hear you call. You know, if you wanted me to pick you and your friend up, you didn't have to make up this elaborate story about the demon realm.
I'm not making it up, Mom.
Don't worry, I'll play along. I know this stuff made school difficult, but I'm glad you're still being creative.
At least she went.
How did you know? You work for the government.
Oh, I'm a veterinarian, actually.
So, the president sent a vet to study the demon's anatomy, huh? But first, I'll need verbal confirmation that I get to publish my findings first.
Okay.
Good. Now you're bound by law. Follow me.
Jesus
You
Christ.
made me a part of your game. Wow, this is so fun. Ooh, is this one of those escape rooms? Or, what do you call them? A LARP.
Let me start by telling you the secret history of Gravesfield. In the 1600s, this was a peaceful colony until tragedy struck. Two brothers were lured into a realm of evil by a real witch, never to be seen again. People have stopped believing in the horrors of witchcraft, but I know the truth.
This is quite a detailed story.
But now I've got proof that otherworldly beings exist. Behold!
Oh, wow! That is a very, convincing costume?
Ooh. It's it again.
The costume? This is a real live demon! More vile beings will probably come to its rescue. I even had some custom gear made at the Renaissance Fair. Usually, I don't take it out for just anyone. But what the heck? If I'm gonna be working with the government, I might as well show off a little.
Oh no. If you want to look nuts.
Alright,
Luz, come on. I don't like this game anymore. Hello? This is all so confusing, but who knew I had such a strong girl living under my roof this whole time?
so how do I look? Collaborate on a version that can survive the battles on Mars.
Sure glad I don't look stupid in this.
Are you recording this? Wonderful.
Oh god.
Dissection of this demon right now.
Stop!
Wow, I'm getting flashbacks.
The president just called. Yeah, and, you know what? I don't have the imagination for this. An innocent child with me, and you will never bother us again. Mister, you better back the heck down.
Oh.
I will tell the police you have been illegally setting up traps and cameras on private property.
Don't let you take away my discovery. I'm the good guy here.
Yeah. A lot of bad.
Oh no, she got out the sandal! That's when you know mothers mean business.
He'll be fine. He can use the.
It's okay, he'll figure it out.
Huh.
That's an interesting
What
trick.
I can do with the rain. Wait, I'm so happy you're okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, thank you, Camila, for everything.
Magic! Mom, you were awesome back there. Thanks for being cool about everything.
I'm trying to hold it together. I really am, but I have never been this scared before. The demon realm? Magic? How are you gonna get back here? Is this the only way I can touch you?
I've learned so much. Staying here was the best decision I ever made.
You chose to stay there?
Oh,
Were you trying to live out some witch fantasy? Did you hate living with me that much?
Mama, no!
When you come home, promise you'll stay here. I didn't mean to push you away. I swear things will be different.
Mom, it's not you. It never was.
Promise me, Luz. Please.
Okay, Mom. I promise.
I'm sorry, I had to pull you out. The portal was closing.
Whoa.
Oof. Yeah, good call.
Your mom? Did you mention me?
Yeah.
With everything we've learned, we'll have a real working portal in no time. I'm gonna eat human snacks! I can't wait to share parenting tips! Who dubbed you a parent?
Well.
I was not emotionally prepared for this. Whew. Man, that... Like, I was expecting a lot of things. I was not expecting that. On the good side, there's nothing nefarious going on in terms of the doppelganger. She genuinely is another victim of Bellows that is just trying to run from a very bad situation. And granted, she's like invading Luz's life and throwing out her stuff, which I don't agree with, but on the other hand, you know, she's there, she's making Luz's mom happy, she's trying to live a good life, and we've seen that she even made friends where Luz probably wouldn't have. So she's actually blending in real well in the human world. And it's surprising, too, to see just how much of an impact Ida had on their town. I didn't even realize that. I knew she went to the human world a lot, and she had the door portal in that abandoned shack, but I didn't realize all of, like, the stuff that was going on. She's actually banned from the coffee shop. And all the magical stuff she left at that museum or whatever.
God, it's almost like that theory about her and Grunkle Stan being a thing could theoretically be.
Like how Grunkle Stan has been, like, banned from, like, several places for, like, scamming them with bad checks. Or, like, a match made in heaven.
And then there's also the fact that in that dimension with the mirrors reminds me a lot of, you know, the dark corrupted magic from Star.
That does remind me of it too, and like that whole area she went to where she can like teleport to different worlds and stuff, but unfortunately caused her to like lose her memory. That does like harken a lot back to it. I mean, thank God she didn't lose her memory though. Interestingly, it only projected her in like reflective surfaces or whatever, including the rain. That was a surprising one. But I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if she was near like a lake or something, she could appear in it. I feel so bad for her mom though. I mean, kudos on her for going with all this, although you could tell it is a lot for her to absorb. I'm glad she was at least accepting of V, because even though she's a monster, she realized, you know, I've been living with this thing for the last couple months, and obviously there's no problems, and so she had no issue with freeing them. The whole way she freed her too, beating the crap out of that one guy. That was epic with the shoe. That just like the cherry on top. But it sucks though, because like now she thinks that Luz blames her and is like the reason she ran away, and that's not the case at all. Like, if anything, like, her mother's been surprisingly supportive of her, and you can tell it's a lot. Because, like, her mom, while she does encourage her creative side, she is overwhelmed with all the stuff that Luz likes, because she just can't get into it herself. And I'm assuming she thinks that that's why Luz ran away, and it kind of is, because we know that she didn't want to go to that camp, and we know that Camilla did that for her own good. Like, I didn't so much agree with it at the time, but when I think back to, like, Luce and how she has no clear direction in life, how she's not at all organized or focused, I'm like, you know what, a camp like that might actually be helpful. And I mean, it must not have been that bad, because the Basilisk went to it. She apparently had a good time and made friends, and the other kids seemed to
the other kids seem to be into the occult and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they had their interests, and that didn't go away just because they went to that camp. And let's be fair, learn how to, like, balance checkbooks and do, like, practical real-life skills should be an essential part of a child's learning.
Really should.
Yeah.
I took something like that as an elective in high school just because I knew I'd need it. And even then, I don't feel like I got everything out of that class.
Yeah, I mean, like, in my high school, I went to this class that taught me what to look for when looking for an apartment, what price range to look for in terms of a car, how to fill out a check. Classes like that are essential. And yeah, I know they were portraying it as being totally boring and like soul-killing and everything in the first episode, but in hindsight, it doesn't really seem that bad.
Let's just face it, the American education system is letting everybody down.
Yeah, true that.
It's like, yeah, you have to actually go to a camp to get these skills. It's like, what does that say about the education system?
But it just sucks, though, because it's like, you know, Luce, she was doing it more to satisfy her creative need, but now because she made that selfish decision, it now is hurting her mother because she thinks that she wasn't a good enough parent, and they couldn't even, like, touch. They couldn't even, like, really properly say goodbye. It was heartbreaking. And then, of course, we had that freaking guy just... So we paused in between this because I had to look up this guy's voice actor just because I was genuinely curious. But it's not the same voice actor, but in essence, it's the same character as a character from Steven Universe. And it's funny because the voice actress who does V is the same actress for Amethyst from Steven Universe, who also was a shapeshifter. So I was kind of making that connection. Because the curator is basically like the character Ronaldo, who was like this big conspiracy theorist who was like convinced that all of these magical things were happening around Beach City and was like setting up all these traps and whatnot. And in truth, it was just the gems and their adventures and whatnot. Like, that was it. But he was so convinced that it was something so much more. And he had like such this false sense of grandeur about him, believing he was special. Like, he even had like the same flashy armor and everything. And he even, like, on the occasion where he did capture magical creatures, he did actually try to hurt them. Like, ask any Steven Universe fan, they'll tell you that he is easily one of the worst, most despicable characters in Steven Universe. And it's made all the more worse that they try to justify his paranoid thoughts, try to feed into his conspiracy theories, and I'm really glad that they moved away from him more in later seasons, but yeah, he was like the worst. And seeing this guy, just how paranoid he was, setting up all these traps that hurt animals, setting up these illegal surveillance systems, that just gave me flashbacks to all that.
Well, while we're on the subject of the conspiracy, we get a bit of information. So our theories, we were on the right path, but now things just took a turn, and it makes sense. We see that the founders of that town, it looks like it's Filip and his brother. And it seems they both got transported to the Boiling Isles, which means that they are two separate people, that if this is indeed the brother is probably Bellows, and then Hunter is probably descended from Filip. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense, because I had asked in the last episode when he was talking about his companions and everything, I'm like, wait a minute, is he the only human? And now this answers it. No, he in fact wasn't the only human. So I'm guessing, if anything, he's probably the only human that stayed sane through all this, because I'm guessing Bellows must have been the one that totally immersed himself in the magic of that world, and it's probably how he ended up as is. And I'm guessing his brother, through his writings, was able to stay sane, and probably will get to that point where he explains what happens to him. I wouldn't be surprised if Bellows actually killed him.
I wouldn't be surprised either, nah.
That honestly seems like the sort of path, like the sort of reveal we're kind of moving towards. Because, I mean, it must have happened later in life, too, because he clearly, like, got with somebody and had descendants. At least the curator was useful in that aspect in revealing Ida's rampage throughout the town with all of her antics and everything, and revealing the founders. Because when I saw that statue, I'm like, wait a minute. So now it makes sense and explains why Luce is so pulled toward magic and everything. Just, the
There's
whole
just
town.
magic within the confines of the town.
Yeah. Glad we got some progress in that. And I'm glad that you found out about the whole doppelganger thing and that she's in no way a threat to Camilla, because that had been worrying me.
I just find it funny that, I guess after she got conned out of King, Ida must have finally gotten rid of all the Hexus Hold'em decks she had.
Just tossed it in the river. Damn it, Ida. Oh god, it's like she's just throwing magical random stuff out into the human world. It's like, no wonder we have all this weird shit going on. It's probably Ida's fault. Yeah, but now, I guess, from this point onward, it's pretty much, Luce trying to, again, find her way home. Because I'm surprised they were able to make that one door work. Because I'm like, oh, we just needed these ingredients. And they were really easy. I'm like, it's that easy to make a portal door? And granted, what they did was very haphazard, and clearly it didn't work well if she couldn't even go all the way through and couldn't stay for long periods of time, but at least she was able to see and talk to her mom, so it completed the objective in that sense, and gave us some closure on that end. I'm just wondering if they're going to, attempt that again, or if they might have no choice but to actually go to the actual door.
Well, I mean, we are closing in on the Day of Unity, and it's looking like Belos's door is going to be successful, or at least he has everything he needs for it.
Yeah, I mean, he has the key, and if Titan's blood is the only real element that he needs, I mean, he technically has it, assuming that the key didn't completely drain by the time it got to him. But I mean, Luce was able just to, operate it with just a ripped finger of that one stained glove, so who knows?
Who knows?
I actually did find on one of the Wikipedia sites that there were 3 titles dropped for the next episodes. I don't know for sure if they're legit though, and there's no release date, because I assume again they're probably going to be waiting a while to show that in favor of allowing the other Disney shows
for Amphibia.
Yeah, for Amphibia to come back. Yeah. They come back in what, September? Or something?
September, and then I'm guessing it'll probably go through till December, January, and then we'll get Owl House either toward the end of that or after it wraps.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we have at least a few months before we wrap up this season, and then probably another few months when we get to the final episodes of season 3. Because as we know, we only have barely a handful of episodes in season 3, which is ridiculous to me. 'Cause you really can't give them a full freaking season. Really? I just don't get it. These shows are, built up to be, Disney's newest thing, and they're shown in reruns constantly and everything, but then it's, after the first season, they just, never mind, on to the next thing.
And it's they usually have this goal of reaching 65 episodes so they can rerun it, and if they're doing things this way, Owl House is certainly not going to hit 65. And especially given what we're supposedly going to miss out on with Hootie.
I think part of it, too, is because of, I hate to say it, the Lumini ship. Referring again to Steven Universe, it was the same thing where, their first season was huge, and it was run constantly, but it wasn't until near the end when they were revealed a same-sex couple that you noticed the episodes started to slow down a bit, and then there was less episodes the second season, there was less episodes after that, and it got to a point where they weren't even going to have a certain season, and Rebecca Sugar had to fight for it, and they had to stop actually airing the show in certain countries because of the same-sex couples. So I think because of that, that's why Disney starts to chop these series if they start showing any sort of similar material, because they can't market it to their overseas clientele.
They're barely marketing it here.
Yeah,
Which kills me.
I just don't get it, because, like, you can easily make merch out of Owl House stuff.
I want to buy.
I know, it's like, and I wish that we weren't in such horrible times that I felt safe going to, like, a bigger con, because I know there were fans that make stuff for Owl House, and I want to buy it. I want to give them my money. Shut up and take my money!
I want official merch so I can feed into that and show them, hey, there's a market for this. You should still continue airing this, making it, letting the creatives get more, another season.
I should not have to go on to Amazon and give my money to the evil Emperor Bezos to, like, get friggin' merch. I do not want to do that, as tempted as I am. This was a good episode. It definitely subverted expectations. It gave us essential lore in terms of, like, the backstory of Bellows and Filip, and in regards to, like, all this, and it struck that emotional core.
This is a good place to leave us off for a bit. It's not some huge cliffhanger. Like, it gives us enough that we are going to wait for more, but we don't feel that sense of urgency that it's like, you left us at this point? Ah!
Friggin' Loki. No. This will definitely satisfy the theorists for now while we take a break.
Yeah.
So I'm satisfied with leaving off from this point.
Ditto.
We're definitely going to have to go back and rewatch a lot of this, though, because since we've had to keep up with this weekly, we haven't really had the chance, between that and our other shows, like, watch it proper, and I'm sure there's plenty of things that we missed. I know that other videos have talked about, but I'd like to experience it myself. Especially with Luce and her room full of anime stuff. That alone is worth looking back on.
I love it. She calls out, sorry, there was this thing in Demon Slayer Academia. It's like you've just mixed all the anime.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
But until next time, when we finish out the rest of Season 2 and finally see the Day of Unity, I'm Kat McBerry.
I'm Doug McBerry.
And you're lying. You're lying. Why must you lie? Why so many lies? It makes Camilla sad.
When will the lies end?